We hope that she'll explain that to us tonight. She's performed with the Beast Women. She's performed with the Kates. And she's known as the Leopard Lady of Comedy, Patty Vaccarella.
5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Thank you. Give it up for Dan. Thank you all for coming out so early on a Saturday. I'm not used to this. I'm usually doing shows in a dark bar with a bunch of drunk people, so thank you for that. Give it up for yourselves. So I like my pizza, like I like my men, hot, delivered to my door in less than 30 minutes, and half off with a Groupon. I'm kidding. I don't care if my pizza's hot. I'll eat that shit cold. I'm at that awkward stage between menopause and death. So my doctor told me that I'm going to be needing a new hip at some point. I'm not surprised because I spent my 20s getting used like a farm animal. I have no regrets. So because of the hip thing, I had to find some new doctors. And I have a few criteria when I'm seeking a new healthcare professional. I don't care if it's a young doctor. That doesn't bother me one bit. Just please, do not call me dude. I don't care if it's a male or female, that's fine with me either way. But if it's a man, please, no man bun. And no ponytail either. I once had a young male doctor with a ponytail, and I was there for my annual visit, and he seemed to be wrapping up the appointment without completing the exam, and he's like, oh, is there something else? I said, yeah, it's time for my lady exam here. And he got this look of utter terror on his face. He's like, my nurse practitioner is going to be back next week and she can do that for you, no problem. I said, doctor, you're here, I'm here. Let's not waste the moment, shall we? So he did the exam. It kind of went like this. He was weeping. He was weeping. So after he took his gloves off, he looks at me and he's like, you don't want me to, oh, breast exam. Oh gosh, no, of course not. I would much rather have an undiagnosed breast lump than embarrass you by performing a medically necessary procedure. I have no idea how that guy got through medical school. He was absolutely the worst eye doctor I've ever had in my life. So I was stopped by the cops recently, and the officer said to me, ma'am, are you going to come quietly? I said, no, actually, typically I'm a screamer. And I had to call my husband for bail money. So my husband goes to the station, and he's saying to the cop said to him, he's like, there wouldn't have been a problem if she would have just come quietly. And my husband said, yeah, I know, the neighbors are always complaining about that. So I Googled the mating rituals of animals because I'm a weirdo. And I realized that the mating rituals of animals are not so different than our own. Take, for instance, a penguin. Now, when a male penguin sees a female he's interested in, he will bring her a pebble and lay it down by her feet. And the female penguin will flip it over with her little flipper feet, and she'll roll it around with her beak. She'll call her friends over and say, look, he went to Jared! And a male dog will catch the scent of a female dog, and he will travel for miles to find her. I'm told that's how Tinder works, but I have no idea. And then we have the octopus. Now the male octopus, when he finds a female to mate with, he will rip off his penis and throw it at her. Then the female octopus needs to inseminate herself. Then the male octopus will grow a new penis for the next female. I am pretty sure. Don't you wish you were an octopus now? Uh-huh. Then, I'm pretty sure I dated him in my 20s. I'm pretty sure, that guy, he was all hands in the beginning. And then when it was all said and done, he told me to go fuck myself. Yeah, dating. God, I'm so glad I don't have to do that anymore. I once dated a guy who was not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Not at all. He was so stupid, he thought a street taco was another name for a hooker. Early on in the relationship, I was making dinner. I was making fajitas. And I'm in the middle of prepping everything, and I realized I didn't have an avocado. So I sent him to the grocery store. He came back almost an hour later. I lived 3 blocks from the grocery store, and he was driving. He comes back, and he's waving a bag. I got the avocados. I open the bag. It's kiwi. And you know, I'm not a Rhodes Scholar, but I at least know the difference between a kiwi and an avocado. They're both delicious fruits. Yes, an avocado is a fruit. You can Google that shit if you need to. I'm sure he's like messing with me. And I'm like, that's great, but where's the avocado? And he points to the 3 kiwis sitting in my hand. And it hit me. Crap, this ninny has absolutely no idea what a kiwi or an avocado is. Oh my God. So I said very gently to him, I said, honey, these are kiwi, not avocado. And he's like, well, can you use them anyway? Well, you know, my inner self is a scathing bitch. And I want to say, yeah, we're going to use them, bend over. But my outer self was horny. And I'd hoped to get a good schnooping out of this. That was another sad lie I told myself. And I said to him, don't worry, it's fine, don't worry, we don't have to do that. You know, it's kind of like foreplay and orgasms, it just doesn't matter. And finally, later that night, he was in the mood. I had an itch to scratch. Life lesson. If someone does not know the difference between a kiwi or an avocado, they are not going to be able to find your G-spot. I'm going to do some impressions for you of animals, my favorite thing in the world to do. First one's a chicken. I'd lay an egg for you, but I'm 3 years post-menopause, so that's not going to happen. Next one's a monkey. You had no idea this was going to happen, did you? Oh no! Next one's a horse. I was a really weird kid. Believe me when I tell you. This is a cougar. Bartender over here, I need another Cosmo. My name is Patty Vaccarella. Enjoy the rest of the show. Give it up for Jen. Let's bring her back up.
Patty Vaccarella, the leopard lady with her impression. Patty mentioned Tinder. I don't know if everybody here knows what Tinder is. Who knows what Tinder is? Yeah. Well, you know, for older people, we actually have an app that's similar. It's called Slumber. And the way it works is you swipe to the right, and if